start.
Okay, you'll go ahead and start. So number 5 storyline, and this is like, just something to follow, something to keep up on.
Something, yeah. And actually, because of that, it's actually something that you said, you've brought up, and we're both big on this. I put number 5, I think, thing to watch for several reasons. For T.O., for Brady, for other things, is what stats are going to be put up in the AFC East this year. I think it's going to be something to follow, and I think it's going to be really interesting.
Like, as in record-breaking?
Or just, yes.
Or really bad, like that Mark Sanchez threw 25 interceptions.
Actually, thank you. You reminded me. I meant both.
Okay.
So I just think it's going to be interesting.
Okay. My number 5, I think, and this is only because after the top 4, I found 4 really easy, and there's a 5th one that was...
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
And here's the only thing I think about it is New England Patriots should be easily in the playoffs. I could see them going as far as the Super Bowl. The thing that's really going to determine how well they do, well, it's 2 things, but one of them is going to be the state of their defense, and I think that's something to keep an eye on. Remember, since their last Super Bowl win, when they had that patchwork secondary, they have not had a decent secondary since then. I mean, they've had a bunch of no-names forever. I mean, and with the exception of Asante Samuel, who they haven't had now for a year. And they still haven't done anything to fix their secondary, and now they've lost Rodney Harrison again. Though, I mean, he was like injured 3 out of the last 4 years, so there you go. They didn't have him anyway. But the main point is, I think you have to keep an eye on that. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the sky is falling, but I mean, eventually, this patchwork secondary is going to come back and bite them.
You would think.
It eventually. It's got to.
So my number 4 is something that we've kind of put to rest, but still. My number 4 is the defending AFC East champions trying to repeat. And the fact that there has been stories that have said, players that have said, I guarantee you we repeat, and blah, blah, blah. And I just think it's interesting to follow.
Actually, I agree with you. That's actually my number 4 as well, is the
Really?
The Miami Dolphins defending the AFC East. It was a great story last year. I think, obviously, they have something to prove because nobody's taking them seriously. And good for them that they have that drive. But still, on the other side of things, though, I still don't see it. But if they can do it again, then it's going to be like, wow, look at the Dolphins, they're for real, It's something to watch, and I think it's something you're going to see a lot of stories about. Like, watch them start 3-1, and all this talk about, nobody believed in us talk starts up. And then watch them finish like 7-9. But that's the whole point. It's going to be a story early in the season, I guarantee it.
My number 3 is I put it this way, the New York Jets. Meaning
all of them, everything.
Well, meaning mainly what I mean is Sanchez, of course, and their new coach. Going to be something to follow. We've kind of already talked about this.
Oh, and like other things we didn't talk about too is, Ryan is kind of a loudmouth, so chances are he's going to say something that's going to make somebody go in a tizzy. He might even take a shot at the Patriots, and they won't say anything back until the day of the game, which then they'll like completely destroy him, and then
put up like 60.
Yeah, they'll put up 60 points, and then like all the players will do post-game press conferences talking about how nobody believed in them and all that, because every team in the NFL nobody believes in. By the way, I don't know if we knew that, but yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with the Jets. Also, I think another understated thing too was Thomas Jones had a very good season last year. Can he come back and do it again?
Yeah.
Especially since he actually tried to hold out for a little bit, and so did Leon Washington actually for a little bit this offseason.
The Jets could be the NFL's newest train wreck. Who knows?
Yeah. Or they come back. I mean, again, the Jets could be successful this year if they have a stout defense, and especially if they have a strong running game. Sanchez doesn't have to be that great.
He could be the what do you call it?
Matt Ryan?
No, what do you call the weapon and then the
caretaker?
The caretaker, thank you.
Yeah, the game manager, whatever. Yeah, I mean, as long as he makes a couple throws here, you can do a decent play action, and that's all he needs to do. The rest of it's just, I mean, they'd have to win a lot of like 16-10 games or something like that.
Which we'll see.
But yeah, the main point being.
So you're number 3.
Number 3, I titled it Broadway Sanchez, and that's the whole thing. I think a lot of it's going to be, I'm going to very much enjoy watching him tumble this year. But a part of it is also, I think, to be fair, I think this guy is kind of like in the Leinart mold in the terms of he really loves the atmosphere and the
celebrity
love.
status.
Yeah. And considering, and I think that's going to be a big thing in the New York papers and all that. And he's going to have a tough time with the media, I think, because I think they're going to be on him hardcore after a few weeks into the season when he's not performing well. And it's like, hey, we caught pictures of you partying with Paris Hilton. You know, he's going to have some splaining to do.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's going to be funny. That's the number one thing. It's going to be funny.
My number 2, I put T.O. T.O. goes to Buffalo.
Yeah, T.O. in Buffalo.
Yeah. I don't know how it could not be, a top story to watch in that division. He's either going to have I'm sure he'll probably have decent numbers. He always does. But I think what's more important.
I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure with Trent Edwards thrown to him.
I just think it's going to be a story to watch. It's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening and if he tears up another relationship, because he does everywhere. He'll go through the year, Trent Edwards is amazing.
That's my quarterback.
Yeah.
That's my quarterback, man.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even. This is the most we've talked about on this show.
Yeah. Well, and I think it goes without. Actually, that's my number 2 as well. Is T.O. in Buffalo, and it's kind of the same thing. When the train wreck starts to happen, I'm not going to give it much attention. At least I don't want to give it much attention in this setting.
Yeah.
But that being said, yes, it'll probably be quite the soap opera. It kind of already is.
Doesn't it just get it just gets so annoying to me and so old and just
yeah. There's something I'll tell you about when we're done taping, but I don't want to say it right now because I don't want to give him any more airtime on the show. But yes, it is a storyline to watch, and it will be shoved down your throat. I guarantee it.
And my number 1, the number 12 returning to the Patriots. I don't see how it couldn't be number 1. I don't know. Maybe that's yours. Maybe it's not. But I think that it's a huge story to watch. If we remember 2007, whether it was with Randy Moss or other, Stallworth and Welker, and whatnot, he put up record numbers. And I think if he's half of that, it's going to be something to watch. I think it's just something to watch anyway because he missed virtually. Well, he did miss the entire season. He played 8
minutes. He played 8 minutes of the 2008 season.
And then your team took him out.
Yep. And you know what? I do not feel bad about that one bit.
It's part of the game. It was and then it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Look closer at it. Look how much we gained from that.
Yeah, but it was ridiculous with all the people saying like even, and I like Randy Moss, but even just like, he did that on purpose. It was totally dirty. He was on the ground. It was.
Oh yeah, it was not intentional. And actually, that's my number 1 and Tom Brady returns, because the guy should easily throw. Like I said earlier, he should have like 35 touchdown passes this year.
The number I kind of had in my head was like 30.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, is that 35 is not the 50 that he threw, but it's still a lot. Anything more than like 25 in the NFL for a quarterback is, there have been years where the league leader has like 27. So it's a big deal, and it just do. It is a big storyline to watch, and personally, I enjoyed watching him light it up in 2007, and even with Castle being a decent substitute, he was no Tom Brady. And
though he did do a really
good job, but he wasn't Tom Brady. Yeah, no. Tom Brady was able to light it up, and that's what I'm looking forward to watching again, because I love watching pretty offense. All right, Chris, guess what?
What?
58 minutes. All right. So we'll be back on Friday. I hope you all checked us out on this previous Friday podcast.
It was an interesting episode.
It was an interesting episode. It was a little short. We didn't have as much to talk about. I think that's going to become typical for Fridays, but that's okay. I think that I'm sorry it took me so long to get it up, because it took me a while.
When did it go up?
Saturday night. I just got lazy. I had it at home on my flash drive for like a day and a half.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to check us out, check us out on FVTV every Tuesday night at
8 o'clock.
You can also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Racin and stuff, probably where you're watching us now. All the episodes up every Monday. You can power search us on iTunes and download us for free. Just power search Racin and stuff, and you can check us out there. And you can email us with any questions, comments, concerns, opinions, whatever, at racinandstuff@gmail.com.
Yeah, and we will have all that on the bottom of the screen so you can see it. All right, as always, I'm Doug.
And I'm Chris.
And we'll talk to you later.
See ya.